Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Ow. Talk to him. I mean, sometimes you got people going against you and you just gotta go above and beyond all that. Let's go. Straight up the top, just so you know ain't no stopping us. Yeah, I see you been watching us. You could try, but you better off. I ain't a spectator.
What is up, guys? WFBlake here alongside with OMGJoel.
Hey, what's up, guys?
And we're going to review Maximum Crisis, the next set coming out with some very interesting cards and a very meta relevant set. And so as you can see by my multiple tabs up here, we're going to go through quite a bit. And right now we're going to start with Performer Pal Review Dancer. And I know there's multiple Performer Pal stuff, and most of it's garbage, but this one kind of caught my eye, just because it's effective if your opponent controls a monster and you control no monsters, special summon this card from your hand. And I'm just saying because a lot of those effects every once in a while will pop up in the meta, so I'm not saying this is a card you need to instantly get. I mean, it's gonna be a common, but I'm just saying maybe it's a card to look out for. You agree, Joel?
Yeah, I agree. I was just reading over it. It's interesting.
Yeah, it's just
The second effect's interesting. I haven't met a Performer Pal card that you would need like 2 tributes for, but
yeah, I really don't care about the second effect. I just want to point that out. That's kind of
the first effect's nice. It's like a small cyber dragon kind of deal.
All right, next card we're on the Performer Pal stuff. Or not Performer Pal, Predator Plant. My bad.
All the Predator plant stuff. Ooh, do I have some stuff about this?
So, basically, it's these two cards right here. Isn't it the first one? Orphrey, Scorpio, and Cobra.
Yeah.
And basically, I don't know exactly how the combo works, but basically, you get Polymerization and you make big boards with it. So,
Yeah.
Joel, what you gotta say with it?
Okay, so a short while ago, I was trying to look around for new decks to start playing, and I thought of Predator plants because I thought they were kind of cool, and I kept seeing all this stuff with like Darling Cobra and Scorpio, and I was really sad because one, I was still kind of confused on like how the combo works, but two, I didn't know. I was like, oh my gosh, I can totally buy this, and then like I was thinking, oh hey, like they're gonna come out in like Fusion Enforcers, and they didn't, and now they're coming out now.
Oh yeah.
And I'm really excited about this. But my one thing here is I'm looking, at least I see one of them is a rare. I'm not sure what Darling Cobra is. It might just be a common. But
yeah, I'm
I don't know.
thinking if it doesn't.
They could have been some decent supers.
Yeah, just definitely some meta relevant cards here.
Yeah, no,
and
I can't wait to see how not Perform House, but Predator Plans kind of move on after getting these cards in.
Alright, we're gonna be moving on. We're going to the lyric cards. Those monsters.
Oh, Lyrical Lucinia's nice. I'm like super excited for this too.
This deck is basically, I kind of look at it as a mini Zodiac, like not as good wise, just how it runs. The monsters usually have really good effects. It seems like a very offensive deck, but basically when they get XYZ summoned, they give the XYZ monsters effects. And so like this one, and the XYZ can't be targeted by opponent's card effects. This one, you can target one Lucier monster in graveyard, attach it to as XYZ material. This one doesn't have it, but and they're level 1 wing beasts. And then if you scroll down a bit, they have a fusion and an XYZ. I'm gonna go with the XYZ first. So it takes 2 or more level 1 monsters. It gains 200 attack for each one to it. Has 0 attack, 0 defense. It can attack your opponent directly. Also, as this card has XYZ material, it can make a number of attacks during each battle phase equal to the number of XYZ materials attached to it. Then once per turn during your player's turn, you can detach 1 material from this card. Lucia monsters you control cannot be destroyed by battle card effect. Also take no battle damage. So it's pretty interesting in the fusion. If it's fusion summoned, with XYZ monster as material and its original name with a Lucuria Lucia. How do you say it?
Lyrical Lucinia.
Yeah. You can increase this card's level. Blah blah blah. Gains attack equal to level 500. Also is unaffected by the card effects. Once per turn, you can burn damage. So it's an interesting deck. I don't know how well it's gonna play out, but it's just a new archetype that's coming out to look out for.
Yeah. Uh,
Joel,
I'm
opinion?
interested to see a little bit something about this. With the kind of, I guess you would say like the Wind Witch kind of archetype, because that's
Mhm.
a possible blend that you could do. I don't know how you would go about it, but maybe you guys can figure it out.
Yeah. All right. Moving on. I was gonna ask you about this card, the DD Ghost. Back up.
Oh dear God, am I excited for this one.
So can you read this one?
Yeah, let me scroll back up to it here. Alright, so DD Ghost is a level 2 Dark Fiend type tuner effect monster. So we finally got like another bow tuner for the deck, and that means we don't have to play Formula Synchron anymore, which is really nice. And its first effect is if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target one Dark Contract or one DDD monster in your graveyard, except DD Ghost, send one card. And you send one card with that name from your deck to the graveyard. So that's a really nice effect because it's kind of like a Foolish Burial when it hits the grave. As in, like, you could send like a Necro Slime or like a Scroll Slime, so it can kind of help keep your combo plays going. Or you can send like a Lamia, and then like you can throw her on board too, which is really nice. And then the second effect is if this card gets banished, you can target one of your banished Dark Contract or DD monsters except DDD Ghost and return it to the grave. So another good thing is it kind of helps you because I know from playing DDDs personally that I tend to banish a lot, so that's really nice to kind of bring stuff back in. But another thing in this card, like, is really good for is the fact that it combos really well with some of the new DDD monsters that I don't know when we're getting. I'm hoping the Mega 10 packs is when we're getting them, but I'm not sure. But it's really good because once links come out, this is going to be a card that's going to help you like go off, be able to still go off. So I'm really looking forward to probably picking up this card.
Yeah, this is I just left this card to you because I didn't know if it was good or not, and I feel like reading. But yeah, from the sounds of it sounds amazing.
Yeah, no, it's going to be a great card for DDDs, and
All right, and scrolling down one, we got this this Resonator.
oh, double
And
Resonator.
yeah, the only fact I really want to focus on, because the other one I really don't know. It looks like it's for the deck, but if this card's normal summon or special summon, you can target one face-up monster on the field. For the rest of the turn, that face-up monster is treated as a tuner.
That's interesting.
So yeah, so I don't like. I can just see this being really good, and like dark synchro decks, any synchro decks.
Yeah, really though.
I really don't know because I don't play any of those,
Neither
but
do
I can
I.
definitely see this.
Yeah.
Then next we got the scrolling down a little more is we got the Sephiroth stuff. The right now the two pendulums is what's up, and I mean what I love about these is we have a 0 scale and a 13 scale, and that's awesome.
Yeah.
Which I don't think the 13. I think its restriction is if you control a monster, you cannot pendulum summon. This effect cannot be negated. So that kind of limits it from being splashable, but I think this one might be splashable. Once return, yeah. So finally we never had a 0 scale or even a 13, so that's really
the
cool.
two 0 scales in the whole entire game are coming out, I think, in this set.
Let's see, where is that? Kind of giving you guys a little preview here. Where's there it is. So moving on to Supreme King Dragun Zark here. Oh, the fusion all the way down.
Oh,
so I've seen so many people just play this deck. I don't think it's that good, but this is definitely probably a card to like try to get for easy trades because
definitely.
it like for those kids that love the anime, they see this card and they have really good cards. They don't want to they don't want to trade because they don't want no meta cards. Like this is a card to
get with the
possibly
kids and be
pick
like,
up.
Hey kids, you got anything? You see her Geki? I'll trade you. Okay.
Or like you can have like a totally awesome a D barrier up for trade, and they have something you really want, and it'll be like, no, I don't see anything I want. Like what?
That's how kids are sometimes. I'm sitting here like, you're a little kid. How do you know the meta?
Alright. Well, that's basically that card. Moving on to the True King stuff.
True.
I don't now I don't know what monsters are that good. I think you play this one. I don't know exactly the ratios with it. I've seen this one being played. I know for a fact this one is the good one. The Masterpiece,
Oh,
True King Draco
Masterpiece. Yeah, I
King.
know. Masterpiece is gonna be a really good card.
Yeah, and you got these rest of these True King stuff.
Yeah, and it's
Then
not
also
even True King as it is True Draco, which is interesting.
yeah, and once per turn during any player's turn, this is effect. You detach material, declare one attribute, then all face-up monsters on the field become that attribute. Then the big thing is on your opponent's side of the field that have possession with that, have the monster with the attribute, it can activate their effects or attack. And the thing is, this is really the only good XYZ like rank 9 XYZ other than the Mecha Beast one.
Oh, the Draco Sack.
No, that's the rank sack. I don't know if it's called Draco Sack, but there's a Mecha Beast one. It might be called Draco Sack, but yeah. So that's really the only other good rank like number rank 9 XYZ. Thoughts on the True Kings, Joel?
Yeah, True Kings are really gonna become very relevant in the meta. Something interesting that I saw as I was doing a small bit of research on this deck is the fact that it's kind of like the new, if you want to call it, it's kind of like Monarchs all over. You think about it, because you can play Stormforth in this deck, you can play Domain, and it'll still work really well.
I've seen Monarch
True Kings. I've seen, heck, I haven't seen Cosmo True Kings, which was.
But thing in OCG, I think they have Cosmos full power because they just got it because it was a TCG deck. But anyway, moving on, we got the field spell for True Kings, which I almost forgot to talk about. Which this card I heard is going to be very expensive. It doesn't have the rarity popped up here, but I think it's going to be a high rarity.
Oh, definitely. I could see it being one of the secrets of the set.
But it bumps up the monster's attack. Then it gives them protection here, but it can't be destroyed with battle once per turn. Then once per turn you can destroy one other card you control or have in your hand. If you do, add one Draco True King from your deck to your hand. So this card's really good for True Kings here.
Yeah,
and definitely need it for the deck.
Definitely, yeah. So if you want to play True Kings, tough on spending money.
Alright, moving on. Let me delete some tabs. We got the Spiral, the Panzergorus Dragon, which I think the deck's just Spiral. It's the normal monster. And this is a deck I've tested out a bit. The normal monster doesn't really matter, but the field spell is really good. And let's see, Pacific's the Panthermoric City. It might be Panthermoric Mart. Alright. So this card's always treated as Yumi, and so it says you cannot normal or special affect monsters to turn you activate this card. So this deck runs a lot of vanillas, which is I find very interesting. And once per turn,
he's trying to bring that back.
And another thing this card does is if your opponent activates a card or card effect while you control no tokens, you can special summon one blah 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 dragon token. So which is interesting. Then that's the thing is with all the interesting part is all the equip spells and traps, which I'm not going to show the traps. If you want to read them, there's just a lot. Is while you control this card right here, you can activate them from the hand. And another interesting part from them is when you get your dragon out, you can take those equip spells. They go to the grave because they're going to be equipped to another monster. But when they go to the grave, it's kind of like Noble Knights where they can come back, but they have to equip to the dragon. So then you get this really beast of a dragon. So it's a really interesting deck. Not going to be meta shaking or anything, but definitely an interesting deck.
Yeah, definitely. I have not really looked at it, but possibly something to look into. Sounds kind of cool.
Alright. Moving on here. We got the BEFs, or the BES, the old deck that's coming back.
Oh right, I heard about this.
I really don't know what they do, but I've seen a lot of people excited for them, which I just thought I should pop it out if you played this deck at all. I heard someone say it's like a mini Cosmos in a way. I don't know how true that is, but I've heard that referred to as once or twice. But if this is a deck that you're excited for, just know it's coming out.
Yeah, little nod to you old school fans.
All right, next is Bumba Bumba Boon,
I don't
the
know how to
tree
pronounce it.
looking
Don't
lion.
ask me.
So the thing with this card is really I thought it already came out. I don't know what I was thinking, but I could have sworn it already came out.
Have it like had a special edition come out?
Oh, did it?
Come on,
Anyway, so this card, what you do, if it's this card, if it's normal spell summon, draw one card, then place one card from your hand either to the top or the bottom of the deck. And if this card is destroyed by battle card effects, special summon any number Bumba from your deck. And a really good combo with this is Metalfoes Zodiacs. You normal summon this, Metalfoes, pop this, special summon 2. You get your 2 draws. Then obviously you get your draw from your normal summon. Then you place them back. Then you go into what's it? X Saber.
MX Invoker?
MX Invoker, that's his name. Then you detach, get the Zodiac Rapier, and you go from your combos from there. So it's really, and it's like the creepiest card in the set.
It really is. I don't like it.
Alright, then right below that we have a card I found very interesting, Firecracker. And this card's not that great at all, but I find it interesting. So during your player's turn, you can discard this card, inflict 1,000 damage to your opponent. If you do, skip your next draw phase. Okay.
Alright.
Each time your opponent, so it's other fact. Each time your opponent takes effect damage, place one counter on this card. Third effect, once per turn during the end phase, because doing it any other time is so broken. Remove all the counters from this card, and if you do, inflict 300 damage to your opponent for each. So this card probably won't see play even in burn decks, but
If this card
I
comes
find
in chain burn, I'm gonna start laughing.
I just found it funny. And next, probably
art
the
scares me. The dude looks so creepy.
alright, next, right below it, probably the number one card in this set that you want to have in your binders, or heck, not even your binders, you probably want it in your deck, preferably both, is Ghost Ash and Spring Flowers. And this is a hand trap, and you don't know what it does. During each player turn, you can discard this card to negate the activation effect, and it has 3 things you can negate. Adding cards from the main deck to the hand, so things like Maxi. Special summon monsters from the main deck, so that's like a lot of things. I can't. Then sending cards from the main deck to the graveyard.
Ooh,
So
that's interesting.
light swords, lawn mowing, anything. So
Yeah,
this is
be a
definitely
side for lawn mowing decks.
this is definitely the number one card you need from this set.
Definitely, just looking at it, like I totally spaced this card thing, to be honest.
Alright, moving on. I mean, there's nothing to say other than it's a great card.
Yeah.
We already talked about Zark. The new Zodiac, XYZ, Zodiac Hammer Kong.
Yeah, I think the other 2 exceeds we actually are getting in this set.
Yeah, but this is the number one. I don't really want to talk about the others.
Okay.
So its main thing is while this card's XYZ material, your opponent cannot target Zodiac monsters on the field other than this card with card effects. And so this is definitely probably the best XYZ of Zodiacs coming out. Definitely one you want to try to pick up, especially if you're playing the deck. Thoughts, Joel?
I'm not a Zodiac player, honestly. I still don't get how those would work. I mean, if you're a Zodiac player, good for you.
Alright, we're on the home stretch here. So next we have the spell. Where's the name? There it is. Superroy Polymerization. Superior. Wow,
You can English. What's your rating, man, fam?
this is awkward. Anyway, we're gonna act like that didn't happen. Superior Polymerization, as I was saying. So card and effects cannot be activated in response to this card's Yes. So its first deck, pay 2,000 life points. Fuse and summon one fusion monster from your extra deck by using two monsters you control as fusion materials. And the second effect, you can banish this card from the graveyard. Target one monster that was fusion summoned by this card's effect. Special summon from the graveyard. Every fusion material used for this monster's fusion summon, but their attack and defense becomes 0. Also, their effects are negated, if any. So, this card may not be super relevant now, but in Link summoning, it could be really good.
Oh, definitely.
So, you have anything? That's what I just
Yeah,
kind of want to say. Like,
I think that's gonna be a really good card. I don't really know a deck kind of currently that could like use this to a pretty good effect. I mean, any general relative like kind of fusion deck, maybe Predaplants,
I don't think there's any decks that can make this OP.
but
But
they can probably end up using it.
Mm-hmm. Alright, next we have the spell card Duelist Alliance for Pendulum, since if you want to play Pendulums, before that's dead. If there's any card, if there's any card in your player's Pendulum zone, add one Pendulum monster or Pendulum style trap card from your deck to your hand. I mean, it's really simple and good.
That's really simple, really good. It's a nice kind of farewell card for Pendulums before they die.
It was like, time to give them super support before we kill you in a few days. Haha. Not a few days.
Aren't
You know
there
what I mean.
like even more? I know there's some more stuff that's
Magicians.
out soon for.
Which, yeah, Magicians. Then right below that card, we have a card that I find interesting, and Fire King Cosmos is the only deck I know that can use them, but I still find it interesting because I had never seen anything like this. So it says choose two field spells with different names from your deck. Set one of them to your field and set the other to your opponent's field. But while either of those cards are set in the field zone, neither player can activate or set field spell cards.
That's interesting.
While reading that, I was kind of thinking of other decks that can use it. Trimid could use it. The deck that's Trimid, and
if you're playing multiple, sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say like anti-meta decks, you can play this, give yourself like a Seal or Kalos, or like a dark, or like a Dark Sanctuary, and give your opponent the Necro Valley. And if they don't play field spells, they can't get rid of it other than destroying it. So it kind of still shuts them out. Because I think it's for either player, right? Necro Valley.
I'm not sure.
I could be wrong, but I think it's either player.
Hold up, I will start checking.
All right, you look for that. I'll talk about the next card.
Actually, real quick, there was something I wanted to say about this card.
Oh, okay.
So,
go ahead.
As we were kind of scrolling through a lot of stuff, I happened to pass by this card. Actually, just looking right before I started recording, and I totally thought that this card was for biz actors. I just saw it and I was like, oh, something that has to do with the stage. Probably an Abyss Actor card.
Is that all you had to say?
Yeah.
That was relevant.
Oh, you know it, fam. Let's see here. So, neck. Alright. Necro Valley. All Gravekeeper monsters gain 500 cards in either player's graveyards cannot be banished.
Did it say either player's graveyard?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, that can work. Alright, so moving on. With the trap Neverending Nightmare. And so this card came out with a lot of hype. I don't know how good it's gonna be. People say basically like MST's dead and all that, because I don't agree with that at all. But so you can only activate one of these per chain, and its effect is you can pay 1,000 life points, target one face-up spell, trap card, destroy it. And I mean, it's definitely good.
It's definitely good. Yeah. No, I mean, like, where was this like when Pendulums first kind of came out?
Right, but I don't know. Like, it's good, but I don't think I'm gonna play it for my back row removal.
Yeah, no, there's other things. There's better things. We talked about something that's better. That's back row removal.
Oh, you talk about our next card that's not on this whole big list, but Tornado Dragon.
Oh, Yeah, oof, that's a sexy beast right
We
there.
had a video about it yesterday, but it's basically a rank 4 that's a huge, like, that's instantly a staple. Definitely a card you need to pick up.
Hmm.
But once per turn, during each player's turn, you can detach one XYZ material from this card, target one spell trap card to field, destroy it.
Yeah,
It's a
and you know
generic
what's
rank
really
4
funny
and all
about
that.
this?
Tell me.
There's a lot of outs for it, but you can like get rid of a bunch of back row stuff. It's kind of like now you can kind of pick between Diamond Direwolf or this card, and then also how Castell is like really really good for like outing like Imperial Order. Well, this card can do that as well, and it can also
Mhm.
attack over Castell,
Mhm.
which is funny.
Well, that's our video. If there's probably cards that we missed, but that's basically the cards you definitely need to look out for. Some interesting cards in there, and let us know what you think. What cards you're looking to pick up. Like we said, Ghost Ash is definitely the number one card you
Oh,
want.
definitely. Whenever like a new
Uh,
Ghost Ogre kind of card comes out, everyone's like super hyped about it.
mhm. Yeah, I'm excited for this set. Just because, not because I really want anything from it, but I'm kind of see how it shakes up the meta with the True Kings coming in.
Yeah, definitely True King. I can talk. True Kings coming in, or the True Dracos, I should say, coming out is really going to shake up the meta. And then Subterrors, I think, are getting some new stuff out of this, so I'm looking forward to that because that's some stuff I'll probably end up trying to pick up for my Prediction Princess deck.
Alright, well, this was the Emoji Bros. You got WTFBlake here with alongside with OMGJoel,
I love you all.
and we're signing out.
Latest.